Most people think a steering wheel like this needs to be replaced, but that's not the case. I mean, no one wants to touch this wheel. The color's worn off, it's nasty to hold, and it makes every drive worse than it needs to be. But instead of replacing it, I'm going to show you how to sew on a leather steering wheel cover for under $30. It takes longer than a slip-on cover, but it gives you that OEM-like fit and feel. There are a few reasons that I switched from a slip-on cover to one that's sewed on. First, you get a much better grip. The leather actually wraps around the wheel instead of floating on top. Secondly, it's more durable, and once it's sewn on, it's not going anywhere. If you don't want to sew, slip-on covers are fine. But if you want something that's actually going to last, this is the better long-term option. There's a lot of different steering wheel covers out there, but I went with Belinous because I've used their cover before on my daily driver, and it's held up really well. Of course, you can pick any brand you like. The key is getting the right size. You'll need 2 measurements: the wheel diameter, side to side, which on this wheel is about 15¼ inches, and the grip thickness. I'm using a zip tie to measure, but a piece of string works just as well. One thing to keep in mind is steering wheels are usually thinner at the top, so always measure from the thickest point. According to their sizing chart, that puts me at L4. As for color, the wheel was originally gray, so I'm sticking with that. It's not going to be a perfect match, but it'll be close enough. Before installing anything, the wheel needs to be cleaned. We'll be using leather glue later, so you want the surface as clean as possible. Once that's done, stretch the cover over the wheel. There's a seam on the cover that I like to position at the bottom. Try to center it the best you can. I didn't do this myself, and it's going to come back to bite me in the end. For the needle, I tied 2 knots at the end of the string. Any more than that, and it becomes harder to pull through the leather. For the first stitch, go through the back of the first front hole and pull most of the string through. When you get near the end, tie 4 knots. This acts as an anchor for the rest of the stitching. The pattern is simple. Start at the first back hole and bring the needle through. Now, thread it through the back of the next front hole. Once you're at the front, loop over and repeat this pattern around the entire wheel. One common mistake is stitching around the wheel itself. If that happens, the thread wraps around the outside of the grip. I'll show an example of this in a second. The biggest thing here is patience. Missing a hole or letting the string tangle makes it difficult to fix later on. Once you find a rhythm, stitching goes by way faster, but it can lead to mistakes. Luckily, it's easy to fix if you catch them right away. As I go, I use a pick to lightly snug the string, but don't fully tighten it yet. This keeps everything neat while still allowing for adjustments as I continue. Go at your own pace and keep an eye on the pattern. It'll come together soon. The spokes are where things change a bit. Instead of following the normal pattern, you'll stitch using only the front holes, feeding the needle through the back. This keeps the pattern consistent, even though we're not using the back holes. We'll secure these areas with glue later on. Once you're most of the way past the spoke, start using the back holes again to continue the regular pattern. Once I start running low on string, I go back and lightly tighten everything. Using a pick makes this much faster than pulling it by hand. At this stage, I'm focusing on lining up the cover seam with the seam on the steering wheel. Once I've got enough slack, I continue stitching until the pattern is complete. After the pattern goes all the way around, I fully tighten the string. How tight is mostly by feel. The leather is strong, but it can rip if you're pulling too hard. I tighten it while holding the leather in place with one finger, so it seats evenly. The only tricky area is the top of the wheel. Since it's thinner here, I like to overlap the leather slightly. This will create a small ridge, but it evens out as the grip thickens again. To finish the stitching, I reuse the first back hole and tie 4 more knots. This keeps the string from pulling back through. Then I cut the excess and tuck what's left inside. Now for the spokes. Even if your spokes are small, I still recommend gluing them down. This is the leather glue that I like to use. Before applying it, make sure the cover is positioned exactly how you want it. Once the glue sets in, that's it. I apply a generous amount to both sides, front and back. Then clamp it down. The glue says that it only needs a minute of pressure to stick, but I leave the clamps on and let it cure for about 12 hours. Here's the final result. The wheel feels better, looks better, and it completely changes the driving experience. For under $30 all in, this is one of the best upgrades you can do to an old steering wheel. If this helped you out, you could check out some of my other videos right here.